Wait a minute. Alright, everyone, we're live! Shoot, I gotta move my blurred sketch. I'll put it beneath. I'll just put it down here. We need some music or something. Anyone in chat know any good copyright-free music that I'd be allowed to play? Probably not, since there's... Oh, actually there are 3 people in chat. Let's see, there's me watching, and then I guess there's the bot. So, there actually is 1 person watching. Howdy! Nice of you to show up, thank you. Wait, do I even have the bot active? Let me check. Let me check on my desktop. MooBot, it's called, yeah. Yes, I know I need to log in to access the dashboard. Shoot, what are the bot commands? Please let me see all the commands. Let me see what this one does. I know login will open in a separate window. I'm just gonna... Okay. Okay, I get it. Login will open in a separate... Do you have to do that every time? Okay, there we go. We're chill now. We're good. Feel free to ask me questions if you want. I hope my microphone quality is okay. Okay, what percentage opacity did I have this one set for? Wait a dang second. Okay, opacity is 6%. No. Wait, shoot. I should have made a duplicate of that layer. Just so I've got one for, like, the legs. Or at least I've got a guide for how to shade the legs. What did I have the shading for the legs at again? I can't remember. Was it? No, that's the mouth color. Okay, yeah, that's the right one now. Just so I can see this better, I'm gonna adjust the color. There we go. Now I can better see the guide that I'm using. Yeah, that works. Let me move it around a bit though. I hope I'm not mumbling too much. That's weird. Now Twitch is saying there's only one person viewing. But with me watching it on my desktop and Moobot, it should be two. Weird. I've been playing a lot of Persona 5 Strikers lately. Right now I'm on the battle with Alice's Lockkeeper, but I can't get past it. Mostly because my Switch is being wonky. The button inputs on the right Joy-Con are all mixed up. Like, I'll try to hold down R to summon a persona, and then the game will be like, oh, did you want to try summoning your persona and also pressing plus to use items, and also pressing the home button to exit out of the game? Or like, I'll try to use a physical attack, and the game will be like, did you want to jump? Did you want to press B to jump instead of X to use a regular attack? I think what's going on is, you know how you can't put magnets near a computer because it'll mess it up? I think something similar is going on because my tablet here, it has a magnet in the case so that it snaps shut. And sometimes I put my Switch on top of my tablet. I think that has something to do with it. It's so frustrating. I'm going to turn off stabilizer for now, just so that it's easier to get this stuff done. And the thing is, I already asked my parents for money so that I could do the Fate Grand Order New Year's gacha. So I can't just ask them, hey, can I please get a new right Joy-Con? My hope for the New Year's gacha was to get Moriarty, but I didn't get him. I got Arthur Prototype, Which, I mean, like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth and all. So there's the, yeah, that's, I really wanted Crime Grandpa. Okay, wow, leg shading isn't even going to work on the outline here, so I'll move it down here. What opacity did I have the skin shading at? 25% for the fill. Oh. And I guess it is on the outline too. I just didn't notice. So opacity for the outline, 76. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And now for the boot. What color did I have for the boots again? No, not 3. I meant to type 2. Now, what color should I use for the outline? Let me see. Wait, I feel like I already had a color that I could have used for the outline. Oh, that's just straight up the color black. Well, that's boring, so instead, I'm going to use 0D0616. It's like a super dark purple. Okay, so I used a 5-pixel brush. Let me turn on the stabilizer again. 3 should be a good amount of stabilization. Actually, I'm going to try out 1. It could be a little better. That one looks good. The digital pen brush is good for when you need to erase parts of your lines that overlap. Like if you need crisp corners. That's why I try to stick to the digital pen brush. No, I don't want to watch an ad. Whoopsie doodle. I was on the wrong layer. Whoops. And then I forgot to switch my tools. That looks good. Let me crop out the bottom. That should work just swell. What's wrong with me? If who I want to be might be la la la. That line should probably be straighter. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect. I read that a good tip for your line art, oh frick. A good tip for your line art when you're drawing digitally is that if you don't want to obsess about getting every little detail perfect, then you should try to blur your line art so that you're not thinking, oh, I gotta stick to this 100%. I saw it on Tumblr. Let me see if I can pull up the post. Found it. Now back to work. I'm not liking the lack of contrast between the outline and the boot fill. Wait, did I forget to change the... Nope, I'm using the right color. Yeah, that lack of contrast is bothering me. Let me try and change the color to straight up black and see if that looks better. It looks a little better. Let's see, now for shading. What color did I use for shading? Let me check. Okay, I used the hexadecimal color 100914. You're gonna make this a little easier for me to tell what's going on. There we go. And I'll go back to dip pen. Maybe I'll make the brush a little thinner there. Boost the stabilization. I want a rounder, more crisp line. No. Okay, that's better. Wait a minute. Maybe I should do the tails first. That's probably a good idea. Once I finish filling this in, I'll get to work on the stem of the tails. Whoopsie doodle. How long have we been online, I wonder? 21 minutes and 13 seconds. Interesting. Now, what color did I use for the stem of the tails? the same color as for the boots. Well, that's not gonna stand out well at all. What color should I use instead? This could, let's see. This color I have here could work, but it's also the same color as I'm gonna make the feather boa, so that might not work well. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now here for these stems, I think it might, nope, no it won't. I was gonna say, I think it might work well to actually use the dip pen. But since the lines are gonna be overlapping, I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Guess I might as well give it a shot. Okay, yeah, stabilizer's going back on. That looks bad. That looked bad without the stabilizer. Whoops. Okay, no more playing around. Stabilizer 10. Yeah, that looks better. Although this part here could be rounder. Okay, and for the next part, next tail. I tried to have the lines for the tails follow a decent line of action. But at the same time, they'll also all got to connect from the same point. I'd say it's working out okay. This doesn't look quite like how I want it, but hey, I can't expect it to be perfect. Now for the final tail. Actually, that looked pretty good. If I move the tail, and if I move the pink heart a bit, yeah, that looks good. But I also need the layer for when, for where it goes behind the feather boa. So let me just duplicate this. get rid of the version that was in this layer. And just to make sure, and I gotta add the shading. Shit. I don't have a layer for shading. Okay. This is fine. This is chill. This is all hunky-dory. I'll just take the color from my regular Sona color palette. I've mentioned before how I get the colors for my shading and highlights. You take the outline color, you adjust its stats so that they're just different enough to be noticeable. So like I took the color, give it just a second, let me mark that down, just save that color for future reference. So in my normal color palette, I use this color here for my character's wings, because I draw her with wings sometimes. And since they're bird wings, I have 3 different outline colors to distinguish the parts that overlap. And this is the lightest outline color I use. I changed it so that it was just closer enough to blue to be different, just more saturated enough to be different, and just darker enough to be different just now. So I got this color, but that's not enough when you want to get a good color for shading. To get a good color for shading, you're going to want to do that again. But it looks like here if I try to adjust the blue too much, then it goes further into teal. So I'm not going to adjust the hue for that this time. I'll just boost the saturation and turn down the darkness. And now I've got the color that I'm going to use for shading. Let me just save this for future reference in my spreadsheet of color palette references. And now for the actual shading. Wait, shit. Okay, this was the back layer. And then I set it as a clipping layer, set the opacity to 0, and then stop just when I can tell there's a difference. And then that's the setting that I use for all the time for future opacity settings. I normally have an opacity setting for shading the highlight, for shading the fill, and for shading the outline. But since I'm not using an outline for this part, there's that. I'm gonna try moving around the clipping layer, see if that looks a bit better. Yeah, that's pretty good. And let's see, merge that one down. Wait, no, I probably shouldn't have merged it down in case I changed the color of the tail stem. And now I just gotta adjust the shading cut where the shading is for the legs. since I moved the heart. Now, what color was I using? Oh yeah, this one. I had an interesting dream last night. Do you remember that Barbie girl virtual world? Oh shit, since I moved the heart, I'm gonna have to fix the fill. Well, at least it's easy to fix. But anyway, do y'all remember that Barbie girl virtual world? The one that sold like supplementary MP3 players? I had a dream that came back. It was sort of like a Club Penguin rewritten situation where it was made by fans. But it was also a virtual world type deal. No wait, of course it was a virtual world type deal. But anyway, it was a VR situation, is what I mean to say. Like you could wander around to the places physically. I suppose since you were physically there, it's more like Sword Art Online than just regular VR. Now, what did I set the opacity for this for again? 37%. And of course, I can't forget to invert the color. Also, later on in my dream, it also ended up being like a Club Penguin rewritten situation. In that they brought back Club Penguin rewritten. So it was like this company brought back both of them, and you could traverse to both of them. And it was still a Sword Art Online situation. Okay, that's the right leg done. Are y'all having fun? Is this stream fun? There's only one person here, and it's me. Am I having fun? I guess I'm kind of having fun. But I should probably end stream soon. I got calculus homework to do and stuff, and since there's no one else here anyway. Oh well. If you're watching this on the VOD channel, I hope you had a nice time watching. See you later, Cypherites.